America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, we've got elections tonight.
Yeah. So is the first meeting after
April Fool's Day?
no last week.
Yeah, that's it.
So that being said, floor is open for nominations.
Nominate the current chairman and vice chairman.
Chicken.
Second.
Okay, we have nominations first and second. Anybody want to close it, or anybody want anybody else?
Nope. Oh.
I third the motion.
Keep the dictatorship going.
We have a motion on the floor to keep the current chair and vice chair. Close the nomination process. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I didn't hear anything from this gentleman next door to me.
He's abstaining.
Aye.
All right. We have the March 9th meeting minutes. Has everybody had a chance to look at them?
Yes.
Yes.
Are there any corrections that need to be made, or take action on that?
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of March 9th, 2025.
We have a motion to approve, accept the meeting minutes as written. Any corrections or changes? Or good a second?
I got it.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Very good. So tonight's order of business is, do we have any regular business? That's, okay. New business. Pursuant to RSA 677:A, the Zoning Board of Adjustment, :2, that's right. Gotta get my glasses checked. The Zoning Board of Adjustment will consider a request for rehearing of their March 9th, 2026 decision to approve the special exception application under 32-5, parenthesis 2, parenthesis A, to the Municipal Code of the Town of Newmarket to permit the horizontal expansion of a non-conforming structure at 20 Dame Road, tax map U2, lot 300, within the R2 zoning district. We have that here. We have,
So, Mr. Chairman, I read the letter into the record.
read the letter into.
So, it was dated March 11th, 2026. Dear members of the Zoning Board of Adjustment, I am writing to formally appeal the decision to grant the expansion of a non-conforming structure at 20 Dame Road. The proposed detached accessory dwelling unit, DADU, does not conform to the required setback requirements, and I do not feel the applicant has demonstrated that there are no other reasonable options for this DADU or for expanding living space on the property. According to New Hampshire RSA 677:3, an appeal process is allowed if a decision is unlawful or unreasonable. To my knowledge, the process itself was conducted lawfully. However, I believe the decision to grant this request is unreasonable. My concerns are as follows. First, I do not believe all appropriate abutters were properly notified. I, as mentioned, was not notified and therefore did not have sufficient time to research or respond to this non-conforming request prior to the decision. I also understand that the property at 16 Dame Road may not have been notified. Second, the proposal suggests that the existing non-conforming garage has been used as a garage, referencing the driveway and automobile parking. From my direct view across the street over the past 6 years, this structure has primarily been used for storage and outdoor play space, which I welcome. The primary driveway and automobile access for the home is on the opposite side of the property. Third, this is the second time the owner has applied for a special exception related to this property. The first request involved a rental proposal. Because of this history, I am concerned that the proposed DADU may eventually become a rental unit in the future. This neighborhood is zoned R2, and I would appreciate and expect that it remain consistent with the intent of that zoning. For these reasons, I respectfully request that the board reconsider the approval of this nonconforming DADU. I would also encourage the board members to take a few minutes to drive by the property to better understand the layout and surrounding neighborhood. I support reasonable growth in the expansion of the living space for families when it respects the surrounding area, zoning codes, and neighboring properties. Maintaining single-family homes as single-family homes helps preserve the calmness, wildlife, and natural greenery. There are many ways to increase living space while still maintaining property values and respecting the neighbors and the land. Thank you for your time and consideration. Deborah O'Neill, 11 Dane Road.
We have that. Is anybody here to speak to that, or Deborah here? Or? She was notified of it?
She was notified. Yep, I handed everything over to
Okay. That being said, I guess we'll open it up to the public for a bit. Does anybody have anything to say to this?
Some of that's not accurate, actually.
So if you could just come up and
Yep.
state your name.
First of all, what's not accurate is, yes, this is the second time. The first time, we were trying to do exactly the same thing that we're trying to do this time. So my in-laws had to buy a condo at 177 Main Street, which is down a set of stairs. My mother-in-law, to be quite transparent, has ALS, which in a year and a half or so, she will not be able to walk. So that's why we decided we need to move her out of there and try this again, because I do know that the state has encouraged this type of thing. The only reason why I tried it again is because I know that information is out there. Am I correct about that?
Yes.
And that's the only reason why I try it again.
The state has
Right.
put
This,
legislation out there to
the issue about a rental property is just laughable, to be honest. Because I'm going to tell all of you with 100% certainty, I do not want anybody living in my property, except I will do it for my in-laws because I owe it to them as elderly people and the parents of my wife. Whatever happens after that, to be quite honest, my wife, I'm 20 years older than my wife. I think if everything goes well, I will pass away before she does. It is comforting for me to know that she would have that place to live in, and hopefully one of our children will actually live in the dwelling that we currently have. There is no, people keep bringing up this rental property. That's just, I mean, at some point may that happen. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm telling you what my plans are currently. As far as some of the other things she put in there, I know she keeps bringing up safety issue. If any one of you can tell me what that safety issue, I would appreciate it, because I've thought about it a lot. I don't think it's a safety issue. I would welcome all of you to go by my property, and I will invite you to come into that garage, and I'm pretty sure everybody here will say, that's a safety issue. There's concrete up about this far. The cement blocks, which are around in the foundation, are tipping over. So I don't see the safety issue. Secondly, as far as the beauty of the land, again, I would invite you to go by. That building is an embarrassment. I wanted to get rid of it or fix it, try to figure out a way to fix it, but it was like throwing good money after bad, as you all know. If I can't fix the foundation, what good is it? You know, she's talking about putting up a random building. It's not a random building. I'm replacing something that's already there. As far as like moving it, if you go to the backside of my property, it's really wet. And that's part of the problem, I think, why the foundation crumbled, because they didn't appropriately dig down far enough. And I'm sure that's why the foundation is in such terrible shape. But again, that's all I've got to say about it. The truth is, it is 100% for my in-laws who are getting old, and I want to be able to take care of them. And hopefully my wife will have a place to live when I'm gone. And there's no more to this story than that.
Thank you.
Thanks for giving me a chance.
Anybody else want to speak to the issue? Well, I think the fact that the petitioner is not here probably speaks fairly loudly also. So with that, we'll close the public input session. And anybody got anything to add to it? Or
I do want to just clarify
that all of the notifications for that hearing went out at the same time. And I do have records from the post office indicating when each letter was delivered. So, like I said, they were all handed out at the same time, put in the mail at the same time. Some were delivered on the 28th of February. Some were received later. But obviously, we have no control over how the post office does it.
I've got a question for you, David. This ADU legislation, so forth that's come about, doesn't it require that somebody related to the family live in the ADU?
It does not.
Could it be rented?
Because
Oh, it could.
So the state law says by right, you have to allow an accessory dwelling unit on a lot that's in the family. Now it's up to the towns to kind of regulate some of the nuances behind that. But either the primary home or the EDU has to be owner occupied.
That's
So
what
the
I.
owner of the property has to be on the property.
So if this were sold,
Then whoever bought it
it would have to,
lived either in the primary home or the accessory.
but these two units could not be sold to a somebody has to live in one of the two.
Exactly. And they cannot
Gotcha.
be sold separately. They have to be sold together.
Gotcha. Okay.
We used to have, it used to be that they had just an ADU, was an attached dwelling unit, but now they've changed it so that we've got to consider the TADU, attached additional dwelling unit. So, not much we can do.
Yeah.
The town also regulates the rental capability. Right, well, this town will do, what is ours, minimal 30 days.
Well, it can't be a short-term rental. The short-term rental is defined as 30 days or less duration. So basically, at least 31 days or longer.
He has the right.
Yeah. Yep. And we allow for detached ADUs. We allow for attached,
Unattached.
and we also allow for internal conversions. So if you have a basement and you want to finish it off and turn that
Mhm.
into an accessory dwelling unit, we also allow that.
There's no distance required. So we could have 100-acre piece and two dwellings.
They could look almost like separate houses on the same lot.
But you could have a multi-acre lot. On one end.
We have on the-
There is a minimum footprint size, though. We're
1,000 feet, right?
1,000 square feet.
Yeah, or 80% of the main house, whichever is smaller. And you cannot exceed 2 bedrooms. The max 2 bedrooms, 1,000 square feet, or 80%. But yeah, to your point, we have one an ADU built up on Hersey, where they built the ADU in the back of their house, back of their property, and it kind of looks like two houses sitting on one lot, but it's allowed.
Well, my concern was the notification, frankly, and not fully understanding the owner occupation. And given that, I think it meets all the requirements.
My opinion is, I don't believe we misinterpreted any of the evidence first time. I don't believe we misinterpreted any law. And I don't believe any new facts have been presented. Therefore, I move to deny the request for a hearing and special exception.
Second.
We have a motion to deny the request and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So it's up to them now to take it to Superior Court if they,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the next part in the process, if they want to continue with the appeal, is to go to Superior Court. And that's the trial court.
well, I hope they're enjoying their night out because I had other things. With that being said, Administrator, got any items for us?
Nope, just an announcement that we may have an alternate joining us.
Mm.
But outside of that, I got nothing else.
Motion to adjourn is in order.
So moved.
We have motion, any second?
I'll second.
Very good, we have a motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.